Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. This video is going to be about a few habits that narcissistic people have that tend to bring out the worst in you, that frustrate you, that cause that anger, that resentment within you, which can cause you to react towards the narcissist in a negative way, and then the narcissist has got you right where they want you because they can blame you for everything that's going wrong within their life. Now, within these behaviours, there are various reasons why a narcissistic person can behave this way, and there are various reasons why non-narcissistic people can behave this way, and why toxic people can behave this way. If someone doesn't have at least 5 of the 9 criteria, then they are not a narcissist, or they're not on the personality disorder spectrum. If they have 1 or 2, they might have high traits of narcissism. If somebody is toxic to be around, then you might need to distance yourself from that person, whether they are on the disorder or not. So when it comes to narcissistic people, one habit they have is not answering a question. There are many formats a narcissist might use to avoid answering a question, from you asking them a question and then firing a question straight back at you, to them changing the subject on you, to them accusing you of something, turning around and saying, "What about when you?" to the narcissist falling silent on you. Or the narcissist might just simply say to you, "I've already explained, I've already told you," and you know full well they haven't. And the more you push this, the less they are going to answer the question for you. When dealing with this kind of behaviour, we have to give ourselves the answer. We have to recognise that they do not want to communicate with us and leave them to it. Now, you can get people where you ask them what time you're leaving to go somewhere, and they're just unsure. They're busy. They've got a lot on their plate. So you can give them a little bit of compassion. And then you can have a narcissistic person that's always controlling the situation. So because they want to feel superior towards you, the more you ask them what time you're setting off somewhere, the less likely they are to answer you, because they know you require that answer. That gives them that sense of dominance over you. They cause frustration, anger, upset, confusion before a special event, before a special occasion. They can invalidate you. They can hide things from you. They can avoid speaking to you. They can cause conflict right before you go somewhere to place you in that frame of mind of frustration, in that mood, and then they're going to turn around once they've got you there and say, "What's wrong with you? What's your problem?" And then when you get to the event, the narcissistic person is going to be the life and the soul of the party, because they were feeling miserable, because they didn't want to go. They brought you down to their level. And then once they've got you there, they feel back in control of themselves. They feel smug, they feel happy. And it also helps with their smear campaign against you when they're telling everybody around you how miserable you are, how grumpy you are. And they've got you into that state of mind before you get to an event with your friends and family. It reinforces within your friends and family's minds that you are the negative one, because more often than not, the narcissistic one will rock up all smug and happy with everyone, tutting at you, humming away at you, or singing at you. When you're having a conversation with them and they've stated their point and you want to state your point, to have that two-way conversation, to gain some sort of validation, to agree to disagree, whatever it is you're trying to achieve, a narcissist is trying to achieve control. So they will state their point and then they will walk off humming away to themselves or singing away to themselves, which is incredibly frustrating to you and can cause you to throw things at them as they're walking off, which is not appropriate behaviour. And if someone is bringing that behaviour out within you, it's time to walk away from that person. Or you can be simply driving along somewhere and walk past a family and the narcissist will sit there tutting at the family. Or you can be watching something on television that perhaps you're passionate about and a narcissistic person will tut their way through it. They will be expressing their opinions on something by humming, by singing, by tutting to frustrate you, to let it be known that they don't agree with you or they don't agree with what is happening. But it's usually a negative thing that they don't agree with. It's usually something that most people can rationally discuss, whereas a narcissist will just shame somebody for what they're wearing and then start humming away like they've not done anything wrong. When you ask them about what they've done, when you ask them a question, they can just start humming away to themselves, and it is incredibly frustrating to be around. Interrupting you when you're trying to have a conversation with them, when you try to offer them your opinion, when you try to discuss an experience with them and they forever interrupt you or talk over you, so you can't get your feelings out, you can't get your experience out, you can't get your thoughts out. They stay trapped within you as the narcissist continues to take over the conversation. Walking ahead of you. Whenever you go somewhere with them, they might seem to have a need to walk ahead of you. To no matter how fast you walk, their pace is always one step ahead of you. Whether you go for walks with them, whether you go on holiday with them with a group of other people, they've always got to race ahead, taking 2 steps at a time to get ahead of other people, to assert their dominance, to assert their control. Now, people can simply be in a rush, or people can have their mindset on, right, we need to get here. So they're walking at a faster pace than those behind them that are just having a conversation and a stroll. With narcissistic people, it tends to be a regular pattern of behaviour. Not only will some walk ahead of you, some will walk ahead of you and talk to the people in front of you while ignoring you. Because another thing a narcissist will do is impress a stranger rather than care for their own family. So if you go on a coach trip somewhere with them, they'll be the life and the soul of that coach, chatting to everybody else. And when you get off to visit somewhere, they'll be walking ahead with other people while completely ignoring you. They will be trying to impress the other people. They will be jovial with the other people. They will be putting on that charismatic charm with the other people while they completely ignore you. When you're all sat eating somewhere, they might ignore their entire family at the restaurant, yet when the waiter or waitress comes over, they can be all jolly with the waiter and waitress. Yeah, they can sit there huddled up in a corner with their arm around their food, protecting their food and eating really so that nobody can get anywhere near them. Yet as soon as the waiter or the waiter comes along, they'll be all, oh, hello, oh, thank you, and really nice, while ignoring the family around them. And as you walk out of that restaurant, the narcissist can be steaming ahead, talking to people while completely ignoring their family. A narcissist will rewrite history constantly on you. When you know full well something happened, if you're discussing it with somebody else, the narcissist will constantly interrupt, saying, it didn't happen like that, it wasn't like that. If they brought you something, they will forever change the price tag on that thing. If you brought a house together, because that's what couples do, a narcissist will claim that they brought the house for you, and if they paid X amount of money for it, 5 years later, they will add so much more on. They will forever tell people, they will exaggerate what they paid for things. You can get humble people that will downplay, you compliment them on the top. Oh, this whole thing, it cost me such and such from so-and-so. Whereas a narcissist will be like, yes, it was very expensive, it cost me X amount from this, because they want to gain that admiration because they feel they're superior to others. They can also turn into the very woe is me victim, the very hard done to person. Or no matter what you've done, they can start going on about how they've done bigger, how they've done better, how they know somebody who's famous, how they know more people than you. A narcissist is always looking to outdo other people, to regain their sense of superiority. They will know more information about you. No matter what career you have, no matter how many years experience you've had in that career, a narcissistic person will know better than you. They will tut at your opinion. They will dismiss your opinion. They will interrupt you to tell you why their opinion is more valid than your opinion, even though they have a completely different career path and they haven't had the years of experience that you've had. Instead of them having a thought, having an idea about your career and having a conversation with you to collect more information, to collect more data so that you can both learn and grow, they're going to dismiss you and they are going to be the ones that have to be in the right. A narcissist always has to be right, and when you're around someone that always has to be right, they're always going to make out that you are wrong. No matter what you do for them, it will never be enough for them. No matter how many mistakes they never make a mistake. Any mistakes they make, or you're doing, or somebody else is doing, they're always looking for someone else to blame. Shaming people, especially in a group situation, a group of friends, or in a work situation or a family event, they're going to pick on one person, usually that the narcissist is envious of, and they're going to criticize that person and jump on that person at every opportunity to pull that other person down. Not only are they going to try and pull that other person down, they are going to try and gain flying monkeys and enablers to join in with the shaming of that other person, to make the other person feel invalidated and frustrated, resentful, to make the other person feel like they don't fit in, so that the narcissist can feel like they're the life and the soul of the event. They can be very strange about the giving of gifts. They don't give gifts out of the goodness of their own heart. Some narcissistic people will not give gifts at all, or they will remind you of when they gave you a gift 30 years ago. Some narcissistic people will buy you gifts that they want. So if they have a hobby that is nothing to do with you, they go and do that hobby. They will buy you items for their hobby. They might claim it's because they would like you to join them. Yet when you do go and join them, they walk off and ignore you and talk to everybody else there, so that you feel like you do not belong there. And then when you question them about this, they're not going to answer the question. They're going to accuse you of being ungrateful. They're going to accuse you of not wanting to spend time with them, so that you're the one that feels guilty and tries to make it up to them. Or they might buy you excessive gifts because they're expecting that eternal gratitude. They will use it against you later down the line. Some narcissistic people might give you gifts that they gave to somebody else and then took back off that person to give to you. They might give you something, and then when there's a disagreement or conflict, they're going to ask for that back. They're not going to recognise they gave it to you. They're going to want it back, and then you'll find out later down the line they've given it to somebody else. Narcissistic people can be very interesting when it comes to the giving of gifts. Any strange behaviours of narcissists that you have noticed, as there are quite a few of them, please do add those into the comments. Any thoughts on this video, please add those into the comments also. Thank you very much to all the returning subscribers and your continued support with the channel. It is greatly appreciated. If you are new to the channel and you find the information helpful, please do subscribe. If you're looking for further support in understanding and overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse, I do have several online guides available, and those teachable links are in the video description. If you're looking for someone to speak to, I have partnered with BetterHelp, and their sponsored link is also in the description. I shall add the videos on why narcissists would rather impress a stranger than take care of their own family, why narcissistic people don't like answering questions, and the narcissist invalidation that explain more on those. Thank you very much for listening. Go out there and create the day that you deserve, because you do deserve to have an amazing day. Bye.